So here is the fan. Biggest issue that I had is that this gap here is actually pretty significant. And I mean, this is not really the most flush thing, but the solution for this is leaves a bit to be desired. So you actually do have some gapping. I put a little something there. It'd be nice if they had like a foam insert that would make that flush or something that came with it. The bottom's not bad on this. How these work is basically you pull these out or you push this up, that like releases the sheet, and you pull this and then you collapse it down. The same thing with the bottom, but trying to make sure it's open, or I should say down, and you can actually articulate it, and then closing it while you're inserting it is kind of difficult. There's a back sheet that actually is like a screen that helps with, I guess, the pest that will come in. And also, if you wanted to, you'd think, oh man, this is a nice filter. I can turn this on. There's literally no air that comes through if you have this on. It goes on with these little clips. They're annoying to go on, but they actually so far work. I've only had it for a day. But they work for what they are, but I would hate to take these off and keep putting them on. Biggest thing that it'll prevent is with this is that any other bugs that are coming through when it's off. When it's on, you obviously can't see the controls, which are here. And then this works more or less as you would expect. Comes with a remote, no batteries, but yeah. Biggest things, I wish they'd figure out a better way to articulate this, and so you didn't have to keep opening and collapsing it. You could just pull out and keep it stuck. Maybe like a button system on here, opposed to just like whatever the hell this is. And then making these a little bit larger would be good. They actually stick out more because it's like virtually flush with it. Like, trying to put that around, it's kind of stupid. It should be like sticking out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Fans quiet enough. Oh, let me turn that on. Like for instance, as you can see, literally nothing, not moving at all. Just that off and low, but it's high. It's something, you can see that blowing. Probably should use that to begin with. But yeah, that's that. But on this side, literally nothing. Alright, well, I hope my review was helpful. I'd give the fan like a 3 or 4. I am worried about it shooting out of the windowsill though, because of how I have this set up. I wouldn't want to be pushing the button too much here. I hold it forward when I push it. But luckily they give me this, again, no batteries.
Okay, I try to take pictures, but this is ridiculous. I put this on one time, just took it off, and look at how loose this is. Look at that. Look at that. This one is a little tighter, but as you can see, it's coming loose. One already fell off and I had to sew it back on. This one's loose. See that? It's ridiculous. Look at this one. And it fits nicely. I'm not going to put it on. It fits nicely, as you can see. Everything lines up. But tell me, how in the world am I supposed to put this net on? And how is it supposed to fit properly? Let me take this one off. How am I supposed to put this net on and it fit properly? It's ridiculous. These don't even match up to where they're supposed to be. It's over here, the hole's there. See that? If I line that hole up, then nothing else lines up. Ridiculous.
The fan itself works fine. The thing that doesn't work even a little bit are these extenders on the side. So you're supposed to be able to pull these out, and then see, it's got these little notches right here. The idea is that you can lock that in place, and then it won't permit it to go past where you've got it locked. But it's kind of hard to show because I've only got one hand free here. But I want to lock that in place, and then you can see that the other one, this one, like I went over here to lock this one, and then while I was doing that, this one failed. And that's just going to happen over and over again. These are so cheaply made, and it's just poorly designed. Like whatever's on the inside of here isn't long enough or stable enough to really hold against these things. So it's impossible to get these things to stay in place. If you've got a window that's exactly the size of this fan, I'd say it's a pretty good fan. One of the reasons I bought it is it's got this really nice circulate feature where it pulls air in from one side and then pushes it out the other, which is exactly what we need because we just painted this room. But if you can't get it to stay in the window, it's kind of worthless. It does come with two little legs that you can put on the bottom, so maybe if you just need it as a room fan, you can use it for that, and for that, it's probably okay. But if you need to put this in the window, unless your window is exactly the size of the fan, I would look for something else.
Well, basically, what I do is because I have a stove, as you know, it's not very clean. I need to take, I want to take the smoke out. Unfortunately, in my apartment, I'm unable to, it's not that great to put extractor, steam extractor. So I was able to use this fan. This is the second time I buy this fan because it's so versatile, so good. So basically, every time I cook, I put exhaust, and it takes away all the fumes. Obviously, it's gonna become greasy and everything, but every year I've been buying this fan also because it has the remote control, and I can use it twice. So I highly recommend it for apartments. Besides, getting the refreshments on a summer day, but I would highly recommend this for anybody who don't have the opportunity to put the extractor next to your stove or kitchen, and it's really great.
I purchased this fan on January 8th, and the return window closed on February 9th, and this side stopped working. See? This is off. And back on. This also goes out. One side stopped working and the other side works fine. Comes with a remote, but I'm only giving it 2 stars because it literally broke after not even 2 months.
This is the fan. It comes with 2 of these lighters. You can put it in the fan so to prevent that insects come into your apartment. It's pretty nice. It's a small, circulate, cool, low, medium, high speed. It comes with a remote control over here. You can see it. It's pretty easy to install. Yep. You just have to put it over there. That's it. No tools needed.
Not wide enough for a window. You can see it doesn't even fit in there. In another window in the house, it doesn't even come close. But listen to the noise this thing produces. Ugh, it's enough to make it crazy. That is the worst electrical sounding noise I've ever heard on a fan.
Temperature in the house 76. Bedroom has the fan going. Temperature is 70 degrees. Been on about 20 minutes.
This